I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I'm currently in Lagos. Yesterday evening, I saw a news item on Arise TV. It's about the death of a reporter, presenter, with Arise TV, Her name is Somtochukwu Maduagwu, a young, beautiful lady who is also a lawyer. She resides in Abuja. I was reading some of her posts. After school, she went to the UK and she was making money more than in Nigeria, but she was not getting fulfillment. So she decided to come back home to her country. And I also read about his desire to go into politics and contribute to the development of Nigeria, starting from her state, Anambra State. So this is a young, patriotic, beautiful Nigerian lady. She went for a beauty pageant somewhere overseas, so she's not a mean fellow. It is sad that we have to accept that no part of Nigeria is safe. I just called my wife based on a news item I saw of children missing in some towns in Delta State. Nowhere we need to painfully accept that no part of Nigeria is safe. This is very important. No part. I was discussing with my brother some months, last year or 2 years back. He wanted to do a contract. And I was telling him that I'm going to do a contract in Abuja. Don't you think that the insecurity will creep into Abuja? He said, no, that everywhere security there is tight. Today, in that same Abuja, banditry, kidnapping, theft, all kinds of rubbish are taking place in Abuja, where the seat of the presidency is, where the headquarters of police and several other security agencies are located, the DSS. We have to accept that something is badly wrong with our country. It is not apportioning blame to Tinubu. President Ahmed Tinubu apportioned blame to Goodluck Jonathan. In his time, I saw the tweet he made about insecurity. Today, it is worse off. Not because of him, most probably as a result of a combination of several factors that was made worse during Buhari's time, when if these bandits are operating and the military, there are reports, the military corners them to eliminate them, they will be told to withdraw. They will be told to withdraw. I was discussing with a security personnel and he told me that members of their community vigilante detained, arrested bandits, and the bandits made calls to some units of the security apparatus in Nigeria, and they came there and told them to release the people, to release the bandits. And one of the vigilantes told him that he will not, and the soldier threatened the security person threatened to shoot him. And he told him, what if you shoot me, nothing happens to me, and I come after you? That was how that security personnel withdrew. And Theophilus, Major General Theophilus Danjuma, retired, said long time ago there are segments of the Nigerian security apparatus is or are involved in the insecurity. Recently, we are seeing soldiers, all kinds of people being arrested for supplying ammunition, logistics, and whatever to these bandits and criminals. Somebody will then say, is it because this lady is prominent that I am doing this video? Yes and no. Yes, because some things need to happen, or when something affects the eyes and the person cannot see, it affects the whole body. This is one death too many. Hopefully, it will make people like Marcel happy, Okocha, who some people feel that they are alarmists, either because of their names, who have been talking about this insecurity for years. It will vindicate them that a lot is going on and we are not safe. Now, the reports we are getting, it is alleged that the estate where they live in was invaded at night. And they made calls to security agents, federal security agents, and that they did not respond. Let me tell you why they might not respond. I'm not giving excuses for them. But the likelihood, number one, their vehicles might be bad. There might be no fuel in the vehicle. The vehicle might have gone somewhere to protect a rich man or gone to sort out one other problem somewhere else. Number two, they might not be well armed. You see our security men with sticks. See our security men with pipes. You see our security men with tear gas launchers. I was reliably informed that if those tear gas, that anytime you see them carrying tear gas launchers, that means there are not enough guns in that station, particularly policemen. I stopped recently to sort out an issue, and the policemen, those who follow me on social media, they came towards me, they were thanking me for what I was doing. But I saw their guns. Their guns were rusty. And I asked him a simple question. These guns, these rusty guns, do they work? Or say yes, that they work well. That should he test one for me? I said no. But in those days, there used to be an armorer in big police formations that serviced these guns. Can't those guns be oiled and serviced very well for them to function well so that they don't get jammed when somebody is using them to fight? And those guns look old, whether they are still functional or not. So, maybe they are not well armed. The road to where, from the station to that place in Abuja might be bad. And they don't know if it is an ambush. There might be other conspiracy theories that I might not go into. It's also possible that the policemen are overworked. And then, when you come and add the mentality of the police force as at now, somebody was telling me, he said that it is the coward that shoots 21 gun salutes during the funeral of a brave policeman. And that if anything happens to you as a policeman, that your children and your wife will subsequently suffer. So the morale is low. None of them wants to go and confront armed robbers with maybe an old gun, maybe a rickety car. If anything happens to him without bulletproof vest and good helmets, if anything happens to him, there is no insurance policy, there's no police school that the children will attend with consideration, there's no future for his wife. And with the recent protests by retired police officers stating how much they are paid, many of them are not motivated to take risks on behalf of the citizenry. The other part of this incident that is painful, Somtochukwu Maduagwu got to hospital, a government hospital. She was denied treatment until an ID was provided or, maybe a report from police. Why not attend to her? Looking at that lady, she looks fragile. Do you think she's the kind that will be a bandit or be an armed robber? If she has gunshot wounds or a serious injury, why don't you attend to her first before you look for identification? Attend to her, let her be alive, then identification can come. In this case, by the time identification came, the woman was already in the mortuary. The lady was already in the mortuary. It is irresponsibility. I practiced medicine for many years, and my hospital was along the Korikbene Road. There were accident victims and all kinds, and during famine season, machete cut wounds because of land disputes. First thing is attend to the human being before you start asking of police reports. Even if a thief is shot by the police, he has to be treated before being taken to court. So you cannot deny him the right to medical treatment because you suspect that he's a thief. You see, she will have identified herself that she's working for Arise TV. She will have said, people will say, and then people came with her. You don't rush thieves to hospital with a crowd. Her neighbors will have come. The next thing is that we saw accident victims taken to a hospital in the same Abuja, and the nurses and the healthcare workers were very lousy. They didn't attend to them until the man started screaming. So, we have become so heartless in this country, in the sense that this young lady had an injury, attend to her. I read in one of her posts that she prays that Nigeria never happens to her. What is Nigeria happening to a person? It is when the dysfunctionality of Nigeria confronts you and overwhelms you. It is in the north, it is in the east, it is in the west, it is in the south, it is in communities, it is in the army, it is in the police, it is in the air force, it is in the church, it is everywhere. Dysfunctionality can affect you anywhere you are in Nigeria. Now, the brains of most Nigerians don't work. Like as I said, if this lady was brought, you're looking for an ID. When I came to this hotel, I was given my room first. Then they needed an ID. And went to give, I gave them my ID. You could have collected an ID from any of the persons that brought her, a driver's license or whatever, that you will hold to trace whoever brought her. What is the aim of the ID? What if an accident victim that has no ID on him or her is brought to the hospital unconscious? Wouldn't you attend to that person? These are the things that we need to address in this country. The police have said several times all over, treat the individual first before asking for police report. Now, it is true that they've bought armored Hilux trucks for them in Abuja. No matter the equipment you give to the Nigerian police, the Nigerian Army, DSS, EFCC, Vigilante, or whoever, if their mentality does not change, if it does not change, you can never get any good things out of the Hilux trucks. Don't be surprised that among them there, they might lease the Hilux trucks to people to use to commit crimes. I had a patient. The day I buried my mother, the next day I got to Aba. There was a dead patient in my hospital. Had an accident. And I went to the television. We didn't know him. There was no ID on him. I went to the television station. My nurses went to the television station to announce that there is a patient that had an accident and there is no ID. They should come to my hospital to identify him. The television station refused to announce it. They went to the police station on top of the hill in Ogbo Hill area. The policemen refused to follow them. When I came from the burial of my mother, I eventually took the man to the mortuary, wrote my name and my address, and the police came and arrested me. That the man was killed. I collaborated with the people, and they deposited him in my. I deposited him in the mortuary. The man kept coming to disturb me. The police officer, anytime he was hungry, he would come. One time, I told him that I went to the police station. They refused to come, the traffic office, and I went there that night around 11. One of the days I got there, I said, let's go to the police station, the traffic office. We got there, and one of the men said, is this not the doctor that came in around 11 in the night? And so people refused to follow him to the hospital. That was how I was freed from that problem, until the relatives of the man later were identified in Port Harcourt and took him for burial. We have this attitude as if it cannot be us. It can be us. It can be our children. It can be our brother. It can be our sister. This is a nation where you might not have fuel in the police vehicle, ambulance might not be working, fire service might not have water, the borehole there might not be working. But you see people awarding frivolous contracts for snacks and all kinds of rubbish. The government, as it is in Nigeria, not because of Ahmed Bola Tinubu, is a transgenerational housefly and maggot issue. We are celebrating these people. I was told by some security men that you could not enter some part of Lagos today because the president was visiting. That's security for the president. What of those he is presiding over? What of those he is presiding over? I know somebody from the north that I met at the airport one day. His child is about 8 years old. The child has not reached his village because of banditry, because of herdsmen, bandits, criminality. We cannot continue like this. We cannot continue like this. Our security agents are most powerful when they are pursuing ordinary citizens. You go and arrest Mama P because you believe that she harassed Abure. We are all being harassed. We are all being harassed. You are harassing Showore that he called the president a name. We all are being called names. I told you guys that I went to a house in Springs and I was introduced as a Nigerian. And somebody, that's 20-something years back, somebody, the one lousy man, South African Indian, he said, Nigerian criminals. I told him, my friend, criminality is intelligence looking for an avenue for manifestation in the midst of oppression and deprivation. I wanted to cross from Busia K, that's Busia, Kenya, to Uganda. This town is divided by the international boundary between Uganda and Kenya. I wanted to go by road to Kampala from Busia K when I went for missionary work. That's about 2003 or 2003. And the woman just saw my passport, Nigerian passport. A man saw my Nigerian passport and brought out all the names of criminals in the world and started trying to match my name against their names. I asked him what was he doing. He said he was scrutinizing whether I was a criminal. I told him I shook hands with you without knowing whether you are HIV positive. I told him that before I came to Kenya, I was told that nearly all of you have HIV. And he laughed. And he told me to stamp my passport, and I left. We all are criminalized. We all are called poor. We don't have a good reputation. No person in this country can boast of going around with one extraordinary reputation. As long as you are a Nigerian, anything done all over the world rubs off on you. Keep harassing people here and there. The real criminals, you don't follow them. Keep harassing small boys. They will leave the real bandits, armed robbers, kidnappers. It is content creators, one boy, one girl, Mama P, or whatever, that they will arrest. Good. Young people of Nigeria, we just lost a great soul. My heart goes out to the Arise TV and news agency and the family of that young girl. Her cousin was very, very sad. I pray that God will strengthen that family. I pray that good will come to this nation, one way or the other, and we will not continue like this. I'm Dr. Charles Apoki. I have a webinar coming up on the 3rd of October. It is online. It is free. It replaces our 1st of October conference, because 1st of October, I'll be in Lagos here. 2nd, I'll be in Accra to do an interview. I'll come back on the 3rd, and by 7 p.m. on the 3rd, we'll have this free webinar. It's going to be very awesome. And I have properties for sale. I have t-shirts, books, mugs, caps for sale. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. God bless you.